Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Medics React here on Paramedics and Pints. Today we have Flight Paramedic Mike and then special guest Sami, who has no EMS experience, so we'll get kind of a different perspective. Sami, what are you drinking today?
I am drinking D's Wicked Cider Co. Baked Apple, and it's delish.
What about you, Mike?
This is an unnamed electrolyte energy mix of some sort. I don't even know what it is.
That sounds really sketchy. I'm drinking Burt's Brewing American Beer Lager, so...
How is it?
It's pretty good. Pretty good. It's beer. Cool. So with that said, you guys want to roll the clip?
You decapitated Mr. Jinxie.
Sorry, Miss Mooney. Tanner hit a foul ball. Didn't I? It was a bad throw. May we have our ball back? Please?
It's not your ball anymore. You know the rules. My yard, my ball.
Is that like barbed wire that she
Marge
kind of set
is
up at
the
the top?
worst.
Not so much barbed wire, but like the sticks.
Yeah, for sure.
Try and climb.
We're never getting that ball back. Nope. That was our last ball.
Sandlot
What now?
vibes here.
Yeah.
Something better than a ball. Okay,
Excuse me?
this is a terrible idea. Would you stop being such
That escalated quickly.
Oh no.
Bye-bye, Mr. Army Man.
A woman ought to feel safe in her own backyard.
Ma'am, I would really suggest you to try to calm down.
I know you calm
Yeah, that
down.
always works.
Does she have it?
They did this on purpose.
Margaret, it was an accident. Samson's not even that good of a shot.
Ha! Officer, do your duty.
Ma'am, there are more pressing things to worry about, okay? Captain Vigan and her team are going to take a look at you now, okay?
Hey, I'm Tommy. I hear you got nicked by him.
Am I crazy, or is that not going straight through her jugular?
No, sure looks that way.
How is there barely any blood?
I have no idea. Margaret, we're going to take a good look at you right now, okay? Nancy, get her on a life pack. TK, let's get her seated. You'll
Yes,
take
that's
her
the priority
ABCs.
here.
Here we go.
Why not just put her on the gurney?
This is
They
the last thing
kind
your
of
demon
are.
spawn ever send over that fence. I'm going to sue
can't
you
lay her on
and
her
house
back.
and
Well, she could sit on the gurney.
Words cannot
Right.
express
Oh, I thought
how
they were putting her
critical
on the
it
gurney.
is
They're not.
for you
Oh.
to just be still. Nance?
BP is rock solid.
So's her breathing, Cap.
How is that possible?
Just made a stone. Okay, sir, I'm going to ask you to come back here.
Ma'am,
How is
do
he
you
not
feel any
freaking out?
numbness or
Right.
tingling?
No.
Now he's showing authority, not getting her to sit down.
Ma'am, when's the last time you saw a doctor?
I don't do doctors. If there's nothing wrong with you when you go in, there will be when you come out.
All right, well, I think it's time you give one a shot. The reason this arrow didn't kill you is because something kept it from hitting your carotid.
Could you imagine?
I'm feeling a mass.
No, this is a
I
nightmare
think it's a
situation.
tumor.
A tumor?
Diagnose-
As in a
Yeah,
cancer
Diagnosing
tumor?
a tumor in the field.
Let's see, doctor. Be sure.
feeling that.
I'm
Yep.
getting
Yeah,
where
for
it is.
sure.
It's highly likely.
If
Am I
my
gonna
partner
die?
did this, I think I'd die right there.
Actually, if you get it treated, chances are you'll be just fine.
That's
But I
also
wouldn't let it go
assumptive.
much longer.
Yeah.
So, the cancer just saved my life?
I think those boys saved your life.
This is the ultimate gaslighting.
Yeah.
Minor vitals. TK, let's secure the arrow, wrap some Curlex around it.
What?
Wow. I heard this show was bad, but wow, that is beyond my wildest dreams.
Oh,
Please stop, please stop.
We're sorry.
I'm sorry too. Officer,
Yep.
there's a large bin in my backyard. Would you see to it that these boys get it?
Sure.
And would you make sure that all the neighborhood children get back anything that belongs to them?
You mean it?
Yes. And when you next hit something into my backyard, when you come to get it, would you stay for a glass of juice?
Wow,
We can do that.
what a touching moment.
this
And
feels
she
like a
goes.
commercial, like for like a coffee brand or something.
Folgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, this whole thing
So
does feel like a
weird.
commercial.
So what did you think, Sami?
That was crazy. Again, I don't know. Seems like there's no sense of urgency, but maybe that's just me. If I got shot in the neck,
I love how she has this arrow in her neck, potentially on her jugular. They feel a mass, and the first thing she's like, it hit a tumor. Like
Sick.
out of everything it could
Yeah,
be.
but you'll be fine.
But
You'll
I
get
do
it
actually have
treated.
a small story on that. The first time I ever shot my bow, I
Hit a
was
lady in the neck?
practicing. No. But I missed my target, and I was shooting in this back lot area that was facing a bunch of offices, and my arrow went through or over my target, over a ditch, and landed in a flower bed at the entrance of a walkway of a major office. And
Why were
they
you
called me
shooting your-
Robin Hood for like a year.
Why
after
were
that.
you shooting a bow
I was practicing for hunting season because
just like
Yeah.
in residential area?
it was a semi-residential area, yes.
They clearly needed the practice.
Yeah.
Too. No, I think you're right though. The pacing. I was going to bring that up. I think a sense of urgency
For
would've
that
showed.
situation, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. I mean, bleeding
But-
looked obviously controlled, but we don't know that. And the fact they're like, oh, how is that gone through her jugular artery?
Those boys saved your life.
Yeah, it turned into a touching moment. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, no. And in reality, that woman is never going to, she's suing those kids. She's
Oh,
suing the
for
pants
sure.
off that family.
And in fact, I think she died at the hospital.
Yeah.
Internal bleeding.
It was cancer.
They're
right?
like,
Crazy.
Could you imagine bringing that patient like, it's on a tumor. We saved her life, doc. We diagnosed a tumor. Like, no, she's dead. She died because that was blood. You know?
Yeah.
So if you were to walk up and would you diagnose cancer in somebody? Like, yeah, that's cancer.
Yep, you got it.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's a rough one. I think the accurate points, stabilizing with Curlex is not a bad thought.
Sure.
Transport position
Yep.
was good. But
Okay.
I think pacing, like you were saying, like the sense of urgency was there. I also thought it was interesting that the police officer seemed to show no authority to this woman of like, you need to sit down, there's an arrow through your neck, until finally he's like, sir, you need to back up. And he's like, okay, right? Like, you would assume that any rational person, but much more a first responder, even police, would be like, yeah, you should probably chill out just a second.
Right.
Right? The risk is way too high there.
Yeah, I agree. Patient positioning and stabilization were about the only things they did right in that entire.
Did they do anything else? Like,
I mean,
Are
they
you
said
supposed
something
to?
about the life pack when they walked up and all this. Yeah, but I
Okay.
didn't actually see it. Anything. getting
like if
done.
you saw that, like, what would you do? Well, like, would you do you still check their breathing and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess they checked her pulse, right?
Yeah, relatively quickly we would get that information, but I would assume if this was my call, I would be getting the gurney up and we're going to get moving fairly
As fast
quickly.
as possible.
Stabilize it
Instead
right
of
away.
diagnosing her tumor.
Right.
Right.
Get it all done and route to the hospital. Yeah.
Right.
Put her on her side like they did. Just have someone
Right.
hold it until you can at least stabilize it. And probably would have someone hold it the whole time, honestly. And just keep going to the hospital. There's nothing we're going to do about that.
I might have even bandaged up a little bit more aggressively than what they
Yeah.
did. Right? Like a couple layers could
You don't want to go over a bump and just
Yeah, well, they
Finish the
put her
job.
gurney down and it's like, dun, 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 dun. And
Yeah.
she's just
Yeah.
shaking.
Yep, that
Seems
was
sad.
a rough one.
I love
That's
House.
your complaint.
Me too.
I've seen every
Your
episode.
major symptom.
I told her this was a waste of time.
I notice colors more. And music. I'm really hearing music. I'm 82, and I'm supposed to be playing canasta with the other old ladies, but now, when I see a guy with a cute butt, I can't stop looking at him.
Good for her.
Or a sexy beard.
Oh.
And you
Oh,
figure
wow.
that enjoying cute butts is a sign of disease.
It all started a month ago when Mark rented Gone with the Wind for me, but it had the wrong DVD in it.
Oh, right. I forgot. This is all my fault.
Of course, he
what a
was too
victim.
busy to bring it back.
Yeah, like I don't have a life.
So I watched it, and it had this actor in it, this kid called Ashton Kutcher. Now,
Dude, where's my car?
Punked.
I think about Ashton all the time.
Me
Wow.
too.
All the time.
Granny's getting down.
You remind me of him.
Oh my god.
Same bedroom eyes.
People are always mixing us up.
I suppose you need to check my heart.
No.
Oh man.
No, that won't be
How
necessary.
many times have you
I
been on
told
that
you
call?
that I'm gonna admit you to the hospital for tests.
More than I'd like to.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Ladies, just give it
You're
out.
just
Just throw it out.
Mother's
Ew,
got a
uh.
sudden personality change. She should be checked out. I'll have a nurse come in and admit her. I'm too handsome to do paperwork.
I wish. So, Sami, based on that, would you peg anything wrong with that old lady?
I was thinking at first, I was like, oh, maybe she's like on drugs. Like, she's like, oh, colors, you know, maybe some sort of like psychedelic situation. But yeah, I don't know, maybe hormones, I guess. Like, I have
She
no
had some
idea.
sort of awakening in the past
Yeah.
month. Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris and I were talking about it a little bit, and
Do you ever find
psychosis. What about psychosis?
What?
So having an acute mental change, right? Like, and the colors thing was a big deal in the music, right? Like, which it all kind of makes sense because she's going through these feelings that are, or experiencing these things that are kind of abnormal, right? But it happened so suddenly.
Yeah.
Have you had any of the like psychosis like that, like patients?
I mean, plenty, but not quite like
her.
Her, where, I mean, you get all the old ladies like we were kind of joking about, like, oh, you should assess my heart, and you know, they're just kind of, old ladies have no shame, so it's just that's highly accurate. Of, you're like, I don't even need to do that, but you know, they're already going down that road, so yeah.
Their flirt game can be pretty aggressive.
They can be extremely aggressive. Yeah.
I would have never really thought that.
Oh, old ladies, old men, whether
Old men.
Oh,
Yeah.
not
They love
necessarily
you?
with us, but yeah, the old ladies and Wade and I for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And the old men with the female paramedics. That combo is lethal. Yeah.
What do the kids say? Their Riz game.
Their
Right?
Riz.
Their Riz is stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, the amount of times I've had too of like I got to get, even when I was like I just need to get an EKG, so we're gonna you know, and then I'll take both of the straps off. And it's like,
They're like,
okay,
cool, before you even finish the sentence.
we don't need that, but okay.
They
Yeah.
just like show you their boobies.
Oh yeah, they'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
pretty bold with it. They're thinking they're killing that game.
Yep.
And they're killing a game.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe not the one I'm interested in though.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that was our Paramedics Reacts. Like always, hit the subscribe button, check out our other videos, and we'll catch you guys next time.